Happy New Year and welcome back to Eye to Eye with Elizabeth English. And a few of you have asked me to talk about our initiatives around STEM, what some people call STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and what some of us would take a step further and call STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Because it's an area where, in fact, women have made virtually no progress over the last 10 years, in particular in the areas of computer science and engineering. So at Archer, we have appointed a STEM coordinator who is devoted specifically to ensuring that we meet certain goals on first engaging girls at a very early stage in the STEM fields, and then stewarding their progress and even tracking their progress as they graduate from Archer and major in those fields in college. That coordinator is Keisha Sonderleiter, who for many years was our science department chair, but now is pursuing a PhD in the very question of why girls do not persist in the STEM fields. Even though girls' school graduates major in those fields at a rate of 13%, compared to their co-ed peers at 3%, or even boys at 10%, they don't persist in college and they tend to drop out. We're beginning to isolate some of those factors that really keep girls engaged in the STEM fields. The first thing we know about girls and their engagement in STEM is that they take their cues from their mothers. So if you're a mom who finds herself frequently saying, "Oh, ask your dad, I can't do math," or "I was terrible at math," or "I hated science," you really need to stop and zip it, because your daughter is internalizing all of those negative attitudes about her capacity to do math and science. So that's the first thing we're finding. The second thing is that it's really important for girls to be able to pick their own line of inquiry, to choose a topic and then explore it deeply. So even in 7th grade, we're allowing or inviting our students to do original research. And we're finding that the girls are staying after school, they're coming in at lunch, they're so excited because they're answering a question that they themselves posed. The other thing that's really important for girls is that if they see that the pursuit of science or math has an altruistic purpose to it, that it benefits the human race or even the animal race in some way, then they're really into it. As a result of a very generous grant that we got from the Amundsen Foundation and also from an Archer family, we were able to install a research lab on campus so that the program was available to a much wider range of girls. They used to go to UCLA and Cedars-Sinai to conduct their research, and now those mentors, those science mentors, come to Archer and to our research lab. So we have 24 girls in 11th and 12th grade conducting original research in science. And over the past several years, we've had those girls present here on campus just to the internal Archer community. Well, this year we're very excited to announce that we'll be holding our first ever Research and Science Symposium, not only for Archer students, but for students from across LA, independent schools, public schools, boys and girls. When I talk to Archer parents about what their experiences were in school in learning math and science in particular, it's actually quite sad because there's a whole generation of us for whom science was never made interesting or engaging. And I just have to say, from my own personal experience, I love science and I'm deeply interested in science, but that didn't happen until much, much later in life when it became relevant. And when, frankly, through the internet, I could get access to people's research and a whole new world was open to me. And we are determined at Archer, and particularly as a girls' school, not to let that happen to this generation of girls. Girls are naturally inquisitive, they are natural problem solvers, and they want to be at the forefront of making the world a better place. And it is our job at Archer to make sure that their natural interest in the sciences is really nurtured and brought to life and not the opposite. Thanks so much for listening.